close.
It's all right, Mel. I think he's a bit retarded.
Are you ready for a dose of pure terror, where shadows haunt you in every corner and your heartbeat races with every muffled scream? Do you dare to confront the most notorious serial killers in cinema history? Those who turned our peaceful dreams into unforgettable nightmares? If your answer is yes, then you're in the right place. We present a list of the top 7 slasher films that have carved their names in blood in the memory of horror fans. These are films that didn't just momentarily scare us, but crept deep within, making us wonder, are we truly safe behind our locked doors? Prepare for a spine-chilling journey where the mask hides unimaginable brutality and the knife is the only language these butchers understand. Fasten your seatbelts, for tonight will be long and bloody.
Hey Jace, how much further before we get there?
I don't know. I'd say we're about 3/4 of the way there.
Look at the kangaroo. Yeah, right there.
We kick off our list with a film that'll freeze your blood, Charlie's Farm. This movie throws us right into the heart of the Australian countryside. And if you're a horror fan, you already know. Isolated places are where the worst nightmares begin. The ending? Always bloody, always brutal, and no one hears you scream. Picture this. A group of thrill-seeking young people, hearts full of adrenaline, decide to check out Charlie's Farm, a place everyone talks about in whispers. Haunted spirits, gruesome murders, cursed land. Yeah, not exactly a vacation spot. And of course, like every slasher we love, curiosity is what gets them killed. The twist? The legends are real, and Charlie isn't just a story. He's a massive, terrifying beast of a man with zero mercy. Step on his land, and you're already as good as dead. This film delivers intense chase scenes, bloody kills, and tension that keeps rising with every single minute. Charlie isn't just a killer. He's a walking nightmare, and he's coming for you. So if you're into slashers that get your heart pounding and keep you on the edge from the first scene, Charlie's Farm is the perfect way to start our list. Just one warning, don't watch it alone, unless you've got nerves of steel. Second film on our list, When Evil Lurks. If you thought you've seen real horror before, trust me, you haven't seen anything. This isn't your typical horror movie. This is a film about evil in its purest, filthiest form. About a disgusting force that crawls into people's bodies and turns them into demonic tools. Not just a threat to you. It stomps on every red line you can imagine. Children, animals, innocents. There's no mercy, no logic. No escape. It starts when 2 brothers discover a man who's infected, his body rotting, transforming into a vessel for the devil. They think they can handle it, but what they really do is open the gates of hell, literally. From that moment, the horror doesn't begin. It explodes. The village turns into a slaughterhouse. Everything that once felt alive becomes contaminated. Children change. People lose their minds. Blood stains the walls of homes that were once safe. And you're just sitting there, paralyzed, watching. This film doesn't scare you with jump scares. It breaks you because it puts you inside a world of darkness where there's no hope, no hero. Evil spreads in silence, and you watch it consume everything you care about while you're completely helpless. And that's the worst kind of fear. When Evil Lurks isn't a movie, it's a curse. And with every scene, it drags you deeper into something horrific. Something that'll make you wonder, after the credits roll, did I actually see that? Or is my mind playing tricks on me? If you're ready to descend into the darkest corners of horror, watch this film. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Guys,
telling you about was in there.
The movie we have now is Hellfest, and this is the movie that will make you change the way you see amusement parks forever. The story starts simply. A group of young people decided to spend Halloween night at a huge horror amusement park, full of scary rides, moving statues, screams, fake blood. Everything looks fake, but inside the crowd and the screams, there's a real killer moving among the people, but no one notices. He entered quietly, without anyone suspecting, and hunts his victims one after another in front of everyone's eyes. And the people are laughing, thinking what's happening is part of the show. And the scary thing? This killer doesn't say a word, has no motive. We don't know anything about him, but it's clear that he enjoys it and chooses his victims like you choose your game in the amusement park. The tension here is not normal. As a viewer, you won't know the difference between reality and acting, and the people in the movie, they won't be able to escape because they are simply inside a horror party and the gate is closed. Hellfest offers a classic slasher experience inside a festive atmosphere and breaks every idea of safety you thought you felt around people. In Hellfest, death is not scary. The scary thing is that you die among people, and they think you're acting. This is not an amusement park. This is a trap, and every mask in it could hide a real monster. The blood, the screams, the escape, all of that was part of the show. But you were part of the victims. Remember well, in places where horror is for fun, real horror knows how to hide well and waits for its chance, right in the middle of the laughter.
We're gonna start the count. Good luck.
I can't believe that in half an hour.
My all-time favorite horror film is Ready or Not, 2019. And if you thought weddings always have happy endings, this movie is about to flip everything you know. Grace is just a simple girl marrying into a wealthy, aristocratic family. Everything seems perfect at first. But what she doesn't know is that this family has a dark, bloody tradition they force on every new member. On the wedding night, they ask her to play a game of hide and seek. Sounds like a kid's game, right? But the truth? This isn't just a game. It's a trap, a deadly one. Grace suddenly finds herself being hunted, and she must be killed before sunrise. Why? Because they believe if they don't kill her, an ancient curse will destroy them all. Every single family member, armed, masked, and completely insane, starts hunting her down inside a massive, creepy mansion, where every corner could be the last thing she ever sees. And that's where the horror begins. The running, the screaming, the survival. Grace transforms from a helpless bride to a beast fighting for her life. The mansion is huge, dark, full of secret rooms and hidden corridors, and every family member is ready to kill her. But her? She's not going down without a fight. This girl is no joke. The survivor inside her wakes up, and with every passing minute, fear turns into rage, and running turns into resistance. Ready or Not isn't just a slasher film. It's a blood-soaked party with a touch of dark satire and a stab at the elite families who hide monsters behind their masks. The movie serves you a terrifying feast, full of tension, blood, and a scream of revenge in the middle of chaos. The moment you think you're safe, the countdown begins, and the wedding turns into a funeral. This isn't the night of her life. This is a night to survive.
You wanted to get married. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
The movie we've got today is different. It starts where every slasher film usually ends. The Last Girl Standing, 2015, the film that takes you to what happens after the massacre, after the killer falls and the screams stop. But the horror? It's far from over. Cameron is the final survivor of a brutal bloodbath, the only one who escaped a masked killer who butchered her friends right in front of her. But instead of being called the final girl or the brave survivor, her life becomes another kind of nightmare, as if she never really made it out of that forest. She lives in isolation, broken, unable to trust anyone. Every whisper, every shadow pulls her right back to the memories she tried so hard to forget. But when she meets new people and tries to start over, the horror starts creeping back in. And we as viewers don't know, is it real or is it trauma playing tricks on her? This film breaks the rules of the genre and asks one chilling question: what happens after the credits roll? After you survive, do you go back to living or do you die a little more every day? The Last Girl Standing isn't just a horror film, it's a dark psychological journey that makes you feel the pain of the final girl we usually see smiling in the last scene. But here, there's no smile, no peace, only a wound that never heals. If you're looking for a film that shatters cliches and pulls you deep into the mind of a slasher survivor, The Last Girl Standing is the experience that'll stay with you long after the credits.
How many times I have to kill you?
The movie we've got now is Playing with Dolls Havoc 2017. A bloody film, violent, and it knows no mercy. And the killer? He's not just a murderer. He's a monster, silent, cold-blooded, and deadly. The story kicks off when a woman named Stephanie heads to a remote cabin in the mountains, thinking she's going for a little getaway to escape work and stress. But what she doesn't know is this place wasn't chosen at random. She's just part of a sick experiment, one set up for someone's twisted entertainment. But not just any entertainment. We're talking death as a game. The killer wears a mask. He's silent, terrifying. He creeps in the shadows, hunting them one by one. And everything is being recorded. A full surveillance system capturing every moment. And behind the screens, someone's watching and enjoying it. Playing with Dolls Havoc brings you a classic slasher dose, but with a terrifying twist. You're not just watching the killer do his thing. You feel like one of the people sitting there watching the game unfold. Blood, torture, chases, a camera that never leaves the victim. And the victim? She's not just trying to escape. She's trying to understand, how did she get here? And why her? This movie makes you feel disgusted, terrified, and helpless. And every second, you feel like you're the one being watched, not just the viewer. This isn't your average killer. This is something without emotions, without a voice. And it enjoys the second part of the game of death. If you're into slashers with silent killers, buckets of blood, and bleak endings, Playing with Dolls Havoc will drag you straight into the nightmare and leave you asking yourself one question: are you just watching or are you playing?
Ну что, приехали?
Мы уже поворачиваем.
The last movie we have today is The Last House on the Left, 2009, a violent, shocking film that hurts and makes you watch real horror with no mask, no exaggeration. The story begins with Mary, a teenage girl going to spend some quiet time at her family's house on the edge of the woods. But what she didn't know is that the closest road to hell is meeting the wrong people. Mary runs into a group of escaped criminals, people without mercy. They kidnap her and her friend, and the scene shifts from an ordinary moment to real, silent, slow, painful horror. What happens next? It's not just a crime, it's a breaking of humanity, and your body will shiver from what you see. But the story doesn't stop at pain, because the criminals make the mistake of their lives. They decide to hide in the same house, Mary's house. And who's there to welcome them? Her father and mother. Here, the family house turns into a battlefield of revenge, not by the police, not by the law. This is justice of a different kind, justice of the victim's parents who are ready to do anything to avenge their daughter. The Last House on the Left isn't a traditional horror film. It throws pain right in your face and asks a simple question. When the law isn't enough, what will you do? Blood is everywhere. Violence is harsh. And the ending, satisfying and terrifying at the same time. This is not just a house at the end of the street. It's the last chance to survive, or the first step to hell.
До сих пор здесь.
Значит, мы должны быть готовы ко всему. Что такое? Я не могу пошевелиться.
Ты парализован ниже шеи. У меня не было ни веревки, ни скотча.
Pray for the thunder and the rain. Pass me by. Oh, sweet.
Ты молишь меня о пощаде.
Последний дом слева.
And with that, we've reached the end of our journey through a world of horror and blood. From Charlie's Australian farmhouse, to the deadly game in Ready or Not, to the nightmare of silence and slaughter in Playing with Dolls Havoc, and finally, the devastating tale of revenge in The Last House on the Left. Each film had its own unique flavor, its terrifying story, and its style that pulls you deep into a spiral of fear and tension. If you're a fan of horror that doesn't just scare you, but also makes you think, reflect, and question the limits of the human psyche, then this video was definitely for you. Thanks for being with me. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. See you in the next video. Take care.